Welcome back to another episode of the Building HVAC Science Podcast. This will be a little bit different episode this week. Just want to talk about a number of things that are going on, all the things that we're engaged in and doing lately. One thing that I did recently for a couple different groups, and that was the NEIF, which is a funding organization that provides loans for consumers for home energy improvement projects. NEIF, check them out. I did a presentation for them and the Weatherization Training Consortium, where I talked about a couple of, really not more than a couple, just some interesting things going on that I get to see from my catbird perch in the industry. One of the things is home electrification. There's actually an ecosystem developing, and I had the privilege of attending an event called the Home Electrification Summit, sponsored by Energize Capital. And they've taken a look across the ecosystem, and basically their thesis for where they help place investments are follow where the dollar flows, avoid single project risk type, that is, look at things that are more comprehensive, and invest in companies with the ability to attach services following their initial projects. That part about avoiding single project risk type and looking across multiple services, that resonates very strongly with me in terms of the whole home approach. At that conference, I got a chance to be the moderator for a session, a Q&A session, with Grant Gunnison of Zero Homes and Lauren Saltz of Sealed. Further in this stream of consciousness here, I encourage you to take a look at what's coming up with the 6th annual HVAC School Symposium. You can find out more at hvacrschool.com. This year, we're honored and privileged for TrueTech to be the title sponsor for the event. So that's something that we're really excited about. As you look at hvacrschool.com, you'll notice a tremendous amount of resources there. And I'm sure if you're listening to my podcast, you probably heard Brian's podcast. What a great podcast and a collection, basically an army of talent that he's building there. Great support in Facebook groups. There's an app that has many calculators and has links to all the content they've developed, their blog, their newsletters, their YouTube channel, all the different things they're doing, the live streams. It's really a fantastic collection of resources that Brian and his team have developed there. Speaking of a collection of resources, the Better HVAC movement, I encourage you to take a look into that. You would find that at betterhvac.org. That's something that a group of us have got together and feel very strongly about. We call ourselves a collective of HVAC professionals taking action to improve the status quo. And that really came about, if you haven't heard this before, this came about from noticing there's a lot of people doing things in unique and interesting and beneficial ways. They want to do ethically, they want to learn continuously, and they want to take care of their customer. And they also share and they foster community with their insights. They share information. I'm sure you've run into a lot of these people. I know I have, and we really want to take that to the next level and connect these individuals and encourage them to do more of this. Speaking of connecting, recently had the privilege of connecting with SkillCat, and that's SkillCat, SKILLCAT, app.com, skillcatapp.com. They have a number of continuing education programs that can be all managed basically through a smartphone. I would encourage you to take a look at that and see more of what's developing there. The Building Performance Association is another great organization. That's building-performance.org, and they are helping contractors get together in various states and helping states execute some of the programs that are coming about from the Inflation Reduction Act funding. If you sign on, you can get access to their state updates. If you go just to their website, building-performance.org, and look for their state updates, you'll find out what's going on in your state. And there may be something that you as a contractor or technician can get engaged or involved with. There's been a couple of recent updates in the ACCA world, the ACCA Manual J load calculations. 2 new companies have been added. One of them a few months ago was Conduit Tech, and the one just recently was Amply Energy. And these 2 companies have built software that uses iPads, LiDAR, LiDAR, capable devices, and they allow you to do a manual J load calculation in a freakishly little amount of time with very high resolution. This has all been supported and promoted, and they're actually listed on the ACCA website for full residential load calculation. And not to be left out of that is Quick Model. That's KWIK Model. That's Russ King's product. Russ has been on our podcast. He allows you to model the house, do duct design, and then run it through the Florida Solar Energy Center's energy gauge to get the load calculation. And there's also some new products at TrueTech Tools. Actually, a new category we've developed about condensate management. If you go to truetechtools.com/resources, you'll see we have an overview of condensate management, where we talk about all the ins and outs, products, all the different techniques, and also link to other resources, podcasts and best practices and things like that for you to learn more about condensate management. It's not a highly technical topic, but it is involved, and there are some tips and tricks perhaps you could learn from reviewing these resources. And also, if you go to the TrueTech homepage, you'll see right there in front of you the promotions that are going on. Like right now, I'm recording this on June 18th, 2024, but one of the promos going on is RLS Summer Promo that runs until July 31st, where you can get $500 off and you can shop for those products. Testo has a Smart App Spring promotion, and that ends on June 30th, so it's coming up pretty soon. But if you purchase tools and connect to the Testo Smart App, you can get a $50 gift card or rebate filling out a Testo rebate form. There's also the NAVAC Need for Speed promo, which that also expires on June 30th, where you can buy a recovery machine and you can get free a choice of 2 different products, a core removal tool, a Rapid Y, or a 3/8 recovery hose. Any 2 of those when you buy a recovery machine. Those are available, again, through a promo sponsored by NAVAC. And if you haven't seen it yet, we have launched the Yellow Jacket product line at TrueTech Tools. You will find there vacuum pumps, hoses, wireless products, refrigerant manifolds, tools, gauges, recovery, the complete Y-Jack series. Again, those are the wireless products, electronics, leak monitors, combustion equipment, combustion testers, and valves, adapters, and parts. So you can take a look at what we've got there. And that came after the introduction of the JB line of products. So we've got the complete JB line of products there, including their new Climate Class wireless probes. And as I wrap this up here, this quick little podcast, newscast, you could take a look at our YouTube channel, youtube.com, and just search for TrueTech Tools, as well as being able to listen to our podcasts. We're up to 170 podcasts as of last Friday's drop Eric did on how to grow and scale a business from the ground up with Tommy Mello. We also publish there the live streams that we do. Eric Elk and I did a new product development live stream that was launched 12 days ago. New product development is easy, or is it? And Eric and I chatted a little bit about that. Another live stream, not a lime stream, but a live stream that was done. I was just on vacation, so I saw a lot of limes, and you can guess why. But live stream we did was looking at the ACCA manuals with Ed Janowak and Wes Davis. Elk did a unboxing of the UEI Hub 6 Smart Refrigerant Complete Kit. And speaking of condensate, Eric did an unboxing of the Always Clear AC-D air conditioning drain line solution device. And before that, and this was about 2 months ago, tool and test instrument selection. Eric did a live stream on that, which is recorded on our YouTube channel. That was basically a recap of what he did at the symposium last year. So with all these great resources and things going on, I'll give you your time back. And I suggest you take a look into really some of the unique and interesting things that are changing, morphing. There's always something to learn in the HVAC and building performance worlds. I want to thank you for listening to this brief episode of the Building HVAC Science podcast. And we look forward to having you back again next time to hear what we're up to, what we're talking about, and the interesting guests we get to interview. Take care.